today we're going to go through how to install a rain barrel with a diverter system. So a diverter is a way to install a rain barrel where it actually inserts into your downspout and captures a portion of the water coming down your downspout and diverts it into your rain barrel. They're really nice because you don't have to worry as much about overflow, because once your barrel fills up, all of the water keeps going down your gutter and you don't have to worry about it spilling out the top. An alternate way to install your rain barrel that you may see has been just cutting the gutter off and using either a downspout, elbow extender, or a flexible extension to put water directly into the top of your barrel. So we are going to start off by just taking a look at the barrel. This is like a barrel that you would get at our office. They are all repurposed food grade barrels. So they have been used as storage for things like pickles, peppers, olives, things like that. We get them cleaned out, drill all the holes and fittings, and repurpose them as rain barrels. So it's great because you're storing water but also recycling. So this barrel, see at the top, it has 3 circular holes drilled here. If you chose the cutting method to install your barrel, your flexible extender would just dump the water straight into the top of these holes. It has a screen over it to protect from debris and mosquitoes and things like that getting down in the water. This barrel has a spigot at the bottom so you can turn your water flow on and off. And then your barrel will also have a valve here. You just unscrew it. For our purposes today, this is where we will be installing our diverter system. If you did the gutter cut method, you could put a hose here so that your overflow water could direct out to your lawn or someplace else. Or if you wanted to connect multiple barrels together, you could use a tube to hook multiple barrels and collect even more water. Next, we're going to go through the diverter. This is the kind we're currently selling in our office. It's called an Aunt Molly's Flex Fit Diverter. So it comes with instructions. In addition to watching this video, definitely read through all of those before you start to install your barrel. And then you'll see it comes with a circular drill bit, so you will be able to drill the hole in your gutter. So you'll need a drill that you'll have to supply yourself. Then it has the actual rubber flexible cup. This is the diverter system that actually installs into the barrel. Then you will also have a piece of flexible tubing. It's got a side that will screw in to that valve on the barrel, and one side that will install into the end of the flexible diverter. And then finally, you have 2 screws that you will use to secure the diverter cup to your downspout. Whenever it comes to installing your barrel, you want to think about where to actually locate your barrel. Of course, you're going to need it by a gutter downspout. That part's obvious. But you need to recognize where you're going to actually use this water. If you're using a watering can, you don't want to have your rain barrel on the other side of your house. So think about locating it close to your vegetable garden or wherever you think you will use the water most often. The next thing that's important to think about is the base for your rain barrel. You need to have a really strong, sturdy, flat base for your rain barrel. You'll see that most barrels are elevated, and this is to increase the water pressure in the barrel. If it's just sitting on the ground and you try to hook a hose up to it, there's no real gravity pressure to push the water out through the hose. So commonly people will elevate their barrel on some concrete blocks or pavers. You can build a nice stand made of wood, whatever is your preference. The higher you can get your barrel, the more water pressure you'll have. So just keep safety in mind, making sure it's secure, couldn't topple over on anyone and things like that. Concrete blocks and landscape pavers are probably the most common installation method. You'll see here that we have just 2 skinny little blocks, but you could feel free to stack up several, do landscaping pavers in a circle, do big concrete blocks, anything like that. So once you have the height of your base and your rain barrel established, you can think about where you want to install your diverter. You don't want to get it too high, but you also don't want to get it too low because water won't move into your barrel. You want it to be just about even with the top or just slightly above. So I'm going to take a level so it's even with the top of my barrel and just make a mark in the center of my gutter level with the barrel, just about 2 or 3 inches above the top. So now we're going to take an electric drill with the bit that was included in your diverter kit and just drill 1 hole with the center of the bit on the mark we made earlier. And of course, always remember to wear your safety glasses and gloves. Now that we have our hole drilled, we're ready to actually install the diverter. So like I mentioned before, you need to have this apron pointed up so it can catch water. There's a little arrow here to help you make sure you have the right end up. And then you'll just kind of bend the diverter and push it through the hole until it's flush with the downspout. Then your screws, you can go ahead and pre-drill holes whenever you have your drill out, but you'll go ahead and screw those in. And then finally, we just need to use the hose to make the connection. So extend it out however long you need. Going to unscrew your overflow, and then this end with the little triangle on the top, we'll just screw right onto that connection. There we go. And then you just take the other end and apply some pressure. You might need to lube that up a little bit. Got our hose all situated. And there you go. So here we are with our installed rain barrel with our diverter kit. We're ready to capture, collect, and use our rainwater. The one thing you need to remember whenever winter comes and you're done for the season, you will want to disconnect your rain barrel because any water that gets in there can freeze and bust your rain barrel. So to winterize it, it's great if you can take your rain barrel and put it upside down in a garage, basement, or a shed or something like that. At the very least, you'll want to flip it upside down, maybe put something heavy on top of it so it doesn't blow away because it'll be light. And then to winterize your diverter kit, you will just want to uninstall this piece, pull your hose out, and then instead of leaving a big hole in your gutter system, you will just, with your hose removed, turn it upside down. So that way no water can go in the apron and no water can get in the barrel. You just insert it back in. Fix your 2 screws and you'll be all good for winter. Next spring, you can just take it out, put your diverter kit back arrow side up, reattach your rain barrel, and you'll be good to go for another season. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. The contact information below.